Hello again, this is Ant-Man Twin Enable, bringing you a quick look video of a knife I've just got. Haven't really had a chance to use it yet, but it's a really nice knife. Saw on the internet, I only found one video on it by one of the knife shops were selling it, and very little comments or reviews in the forums or something like that, only one or two threads that I saw. And yet to me, my first impressions is a very nice knife, very nice indeed. So it's the Boker Nessmi knife. Nessmi coming from the word Nessmuk, which is a word developed by George W. Sear. That was his pen name, American guy who was writing publications and articles back in the 1800s, late 1800s, and he used the pen name Nessmuk. He had a particular knife shape that he used, and it was seemed to work for him, a curved blade. A few other brands have made Nessmuk versions of a knife. I know Condor has a Nessmuk version as well. But I didn't realise the background to the knife until I got this one and did a little bit of research. So here it comes in this big box like this with Boker manufacturer on here. Off to the side here I've got my Boker Plus box that my little gnome came in. It's my little gnome knife. And just to compare, here's the bit bigger box for my koi knife came in. So here's my koi knife here, just sort of show that. So similar in the packaging. This one is Boker from Germany. Come in this cardboard sleeve as well, so the box slides inside there. And on the side here we've got number 79. I think that's the serial number, and then the barcode. Nothing on the back. So when we open it up, opens up this way and folds down this way, and there we can see the knife. It's the warranty card. So it's in German. I think this might be Spanish. It mentions Argentina there. It could be French maybe, and then English here. So warranty card for it. The Boker knife. See how it fits in the box there? Big box and such a small knife. So compared to my koi knife, which comes in a small box. Interesting. So I'll just remove it from here. And the leather sheath. Yeah, Boker have several lines in their brands. This one being a Boker German knife. Have the Boker Plus here, which is just a standard lower and fit and finish and that sort of thing. They're made in Taiwan or maybe China. Then they have Boker Magnum line, which is their value line they refer to, so it's a cheaper models of knives. And they have Boker El Burrito, which are made in Argentina, I think, down in South America. So it's a different line and model of knives again. So it's the Boker Nessmi, and the Nessmuk has this idea of a curved up the front, this curve on the top and then curving down to come to the point. But you might notice that the point is basically in line with the center of the handle and center of there, so for any stabbing, to stab and then slice down, it's quite productive in that manner. You do have this straight section here. The first part of the blade from the handle is reasonably straight, and then you've got the curved section here for your skinning or carving type thing. So it's really a two-part blade there. So interesting in its design. A little bit of this jimping here. Don't know if it's really necessary, but for such a small blade, but it's there. Comes in the handle, got these yellow liners, slight bulge in there with just the two holes there holding it on. Notice here this says Boker with the Boker Tree brand. It says manufactured Soligen CPM S30V in Germany. And on the reverse side it's got 079, which I think is the serial number, and the Vox symbol for Jasper Voxeners. Blade designer, knife designer based in Denmark, I think. So it's similar to on my gnome knife. It's got this symbol there, and on the top here was a serial number. This is in the 10,000 range, and this is 79. So I don't know quite whether this is number 79 or whether that's really true or not. But compared to a koi knife, it's got the serial number here, 3,745. So possibly there's a serial number. Underneath here has got the steel type 440C, so McCoy knife is quite a good knife. You know, actually I like both of them. I like my Gnome and McCoy, so just size wise you can see little Gnome. The Gnome is very handy to have. I really like it. Easy just to slip in my pocket, have there ready if I want to cut a packet open or something like that. Koi knife, it's more of a really an outdoor knife, a bit heavier, chunky handle, good grip. This one here, the Nessmi Mini, definitely usable as an EDC knife and possibly used as an outdoor knife, even though it's a small size. Would be convenient to have. Along with the sheath, very good solid leather sheath, just with the Boker brand on here. No printing on the back. About a 1-inch belt loop would fit in there, maybe 1.25 inches. Knife slides in, it's quite tight, the leather's new and definitely won't come out, so just drag it out. So when I was working in the bush area, country areas, I used to just have a folding knife in my pocket. Need to cut open some fertilizer bags or seed bags and things. Well, I had the knife handy, but actually having it on the belt like this with your leather belt, having that tucked in, very small, out of the way, not really going to interfere with your working, but ready to use instantly if you needed to cut something. So I think as a work type knife in the bush area, it would be quite handy to have. So with this sheath, there are some advantages to having a Kydex or plastic style sheath. So for example, here's the Gnome sheath, so it's very flat, and I could just, well, if it fitted, but it gives you the idea, fit in there, and this would be very handy just to put in your pocket and carry around for EDC, something like that, rather than having the sort of bit bigger, bulkier leather sheath. So might see in the future how that works if I use this more as EDC. I just get a plastic type sheath like this, try and make one myself. So that's the knife. Just to confirm some of the measurements, because a couple of the websites showed a little bit of difference in the length. So this overall, you see that there, hold my hand around the other way, so get that lined up. It's about 5 3/4 inches right to the very tip, and length, knife length, and the blade is just on the 2.5 inch mark, if we can spot that there. So firms out. Weight wise, one website said it was 3.1 ounces, another website said it was 2.4 ounces, so I don't have scales to check that, but yeah, you can feel it's a little bit heavy in the handle end, but it definitely fits well. Very, seems to just the design or the curve of the back, 3 fingers fit in there, little finger just wraps around the back, good grip on the knife. Hold it this way, sort of more pinch grip if you're cutting this way if you're cutting. Notice a little bit of a taper right at the very back here. Must be that your little finger just sort of touches in there rather than being more abrupt. Both sides, so left-handed as well, no problem there. Just a size comparison a little bit in case to check, because it does give you a little bit of misrepresentation when you just look at photos. Here it is against the Boker BK24, a great knife. So you can see it's quite a bit smaller, good inch overall length smaller than this BK24. Blade wise, line the blades up, you can see there. Thickness wise, it's a little bit thicker. I didn't measure the actual thickness there. Right. And just check the thickness of the blade there. Just on 1/8 of an inch. So it's quite stout, and the blade tapers through to a fine point on the end there. So it's quite thick right just to the very end, where it's quite thinned out here, so I think it'd be pretty good. And another size comparison against the Rat 2 folding knife. Great little knife, the Rat 2. See here, well, end to end, shorter, blade to blade, shorter. Rat 2 fits in the hand well, no problem, cutting, but the overall design's different, the way the blade sits down and sits lower here compared to your hand, this one up here. So just more to give you a size comparison, because there's only the one video I found on the internet as a review. Would it work in the field against a striker? I just gave it a try before, and it was definitely throwing some sparks, so I'll see how it goes here. I tried with the jimping part, a little bit rougher, so definitely throwing sparks, so I'm sure, and just use the back of the blade. Not quite so effective, but here where the jimping part is, no problem at all with the sparks. Quite good. And just the sharp, it's definitely sharp, there's no doubt about that. Easily sliding through some paper here. Definitely sharp. So I think the S30V is supposed to be able to hold an edge better. So I see it better than some of the cheaper steels. So a little bit of mark there from the sparks, but seems to wipe off. Yeah, very sharp indeed. So I'll see how my sharpening skills go later on when it does get a little bit blunt. I just noticed there that this seems to be raised lettering, so I don't know how they've printed that on or laser etched it in some way, but it's not actually flush with the steel. You can feel it there. So maybe over time that this Boker brand part might wear off if I've used the knife a fair bit. So anyway, that's the Boker Nessmi. Great little knife. I'm glad I bought it. It may have, a couple of comments in the reviews on the forum site said that it was quite expensive and put a lot of people off. I bought this at off a guy off the forum, and I thought it was quite reasonably priced compared to the internet price, so happy with that. I can see how some people might think there's better value in some other knives, but for a small knife, small pocket knife, EDC knife, and compared to some other brands around that are promoting knives in this type range and this quality, I think the Nessmi's definitely worth looking at if you can get it for a good price. Even if you can't, it's my first impressions of this is a very nice knife. It's Ant-Man Twin Enable. Remember, stay prepared, stay ready, be alert, endure to the end. Thanks for watching.